They changed colors of the month again. Let's get into it. Hello and welcome back to Jenna Gets Creative, and welcome to the first video of 2021 on this channel. I was hoping to be able to say I think this year's gonna be better, but this week has already been one for the history books, so let's just crawl into this art cave for a few minutes and take a break. So what's going on with the colors of the month? Marker Universe announced that they've got a lot of exciting new things coming this year, new products, new challenges, and this big change to Colors of the Month challenge. First of all, the challenge will now specify 4 colors rather than 3. You can use all 4, you can use less of them, you can add black or white if you wish, you can blend and dilute to your heart's content, but you're not supposed to add additional colors. Second, they are no longer specifying specific recommended shades for their different marker brands because they want more people to take part in this challenge beyond markers. They're probably also tired of doing the work specifying specific colors because it probably didn't generate the sales from their catalog they were hoping for. Instead, they'll give the colors a general name and specify the hex code for your reference, and you can complete the challenge using whatever you want. I will continue to use my Karin Brushmarker PRO watercolor marker set most of the time, which I did purchase during the Easter egg hunt promo from Marker Universe last year. I wanted these for a long time, and I spent more than I should have, even though I found a high discount egg, so I'm not letting them go to waste. They get used at least once a month when I do this challenge. I'll include the hex codes for this month's colors in the description box down below, but the color names Marker Universe gave were light gray, soft pink, hyacinth, and light green. They're very pastel shades, and my Karin set doesn't have very pale pastel shades, but the great thing about these markers is I can scribble on plastic and add water to dilute the color, so that's what I'm doing. The Karin Brushmarker PRO colors I'm using are number 160 Cool Gray 1, number 375 Cerise, number 247 Pale Violet, and number 210 Apple. Sorry, by the way, for the skip you're probably going to notice in the video during the first layer of purple details. I record all of my YouTube videos on one of my previous Samsung Galaxy phones, and so it's really easy to have it plugged in and charging while I record to keep the battery alive. The trouble is, I tossed it in my laptop box in the living room after editing my last video before the break and left it on and idle in there for over a week. So it didn't have enough charge left to compensate for the fact that filming uses charge faster than the long cable I've got at the desk setup can charge, so it died at about 15 minutes in and I didn't notice right away. I was listening to an audiobook. Among the Beasts and Briars by Ashley Poston, by the way. Finished it and absolutely loved it. Look for a review on the blog soon. Anyway, other materials in this video, I used a Col-Erase pencil for the sketch off camera, and I used the shade Lavender. I figured it was going to fit really nice with the pale purple shade I was going for with the pale violet marker, but I didn't end up using as much purple watercolor ink near the edges, so I had to adjust my plan and go for some colored lining after. I broke out my Tombow Fudenosuke pens and used purple for the darker details, then black for a little definition in the nose, eyes, ears, and tip of the tail. At the very beginning, I did also preserve the darkest lines I knew would be black using a Staedtler pigment liner in a 0.1mm nib, and the paper itself is Cason XL Mix Media. Normally, I wouldn't use the Cason Mix Media paper for a watercolor marker piece because it doesn't hold up as well to the water usage as I'd like, but I actually wanted to try my Ecoline brush pens this month, and I was told they work really well on the Mix Media paper. I got a 5-pack of pastel shades in a Scrawler box quite a while back, didn't like them with the paper the box sent, and hadn't retried them yet. Well, I didn't like what I could do with them in my test swatches today, so I scrapped that idea, and now they're in the giveaway box. They're perfectly good, like new markers, only tested twice, and they should be amazing for an artist who does calligraphy and hand lettering, or likes to work with water-based markers on their own. I just haven't been impressed with them as watercolor markers, the way I use watercolor markers, so I'm not going to get any use out of them, may as well pass them on. So as you can probably tell by now, the thing I chose to draw today was a raccoon, also known as a trash panda, and I think that means I've drawn a pastel trash panda. I like that letter pairing there. By the way, as I mentioned when I was talking about my goals for this new year, I said I wanted to do at least one non-Art Addicts Alliance collab a month, and I am actively looking for collaboration partners. Art Addicts Alliance friends, if you want to do a one-on-one, that counts for sure, message me. I mean a collab besides the third Friday of the month group upload. Everyone else, you can get in contact with me too. If you're also on YouTube and you do art or crafts, message me somewhere. Let's figure something out. I don't mind if we don't have a similar subscriber count, so don't be afraid to ask if we have very different numbers. If you host art or craft videos on another platform and want to do a cross-platform collab, I'm open to that too, but I'm going to be a little more picky about numbers in that case because it's a lot harder to get an audience to go check out your collab partner if it involves sending them to a different website or a different app. If you're interested in collabing with me for an art or artsy type things, I would ideally be looking for a Wednesday or Friday collab date, excluding the third Friday of the month, but I can do a bonus upload on another day of the week as long as it's not Monday because that's my book videos day. I'm also looking for bookish collabs if you're interested in that, but of course this is an art video. If you're listening here on this video and interested in doing a collab, you're probably doing art. Anyway, I don't have a whole lot to say today, and this piece didn't take very long to film, so I guess it's okay if this one's a little shorter. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of the changes Marker Universe has made to the Colors of the Month challenge. If you're looking for more to watch, I've got some suggestions up on the left side of the screen now. Don't forget to like, comment, maybe even subscribe, and if you like living life creatively, whatever that means to you, I'd love to have you along for the ride. Bye guys!